Now, what we want to see for a good or strong supply zone is we want to see, are you ready to actually understand supply and demand? Video after video I would watch and I would still be confused on how to use supply and demand in the market. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys about supply and demand. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so I can help you become profitable. Now let's get right into it. So to keep it simple, anytime a high is broken, that creates a level of demand. And anytime a low is broken, that creates a level of supply. What we can see here is this is a high. Once this high has been broken, this creates a level of demand in the market. For supply, once a low is broken, that creates a level of supply in the market. So if we go over here, I can briefly show you how that works. Price is going up, it comes down, and then it goes up. This creates a level of demand. It goes down, up again. This creates another level of demand. And then once we go down, up, we get another level of demand. And right here, we may go down, down, down through here, breaking this low. Now this creates a level of supply, and price may come back into that supply level to then continue down further, creating another level of supply in the market. Now to get a little bit more advanced, what we see here is the creation of a good demand zone. What you want to see is a range, then you want to see a liquidity sweep, then you want the market to break out of that range. This creates a strong level of demand because this shows that institutional buying happened in this area. So what was happening here is no one was in control of the market. The market was ranging, going up and down in this support and resistance range. Now what happens is price goes down, all of these orders get stopped out, and these buyers then get bought by the institutions. And then once the market breaks structure over here, this creates a institutional level of demand. Now what we can do with these demand levels is anytime a high is broken, that creates a level of demand. This is also a level of demand. This is also a level of demand. So within this entire level of demand, we can refine our demand zone to this zone or this zone. And when price comes back in, it should continue to the upside. Same thing for this over here. To create a supply zone, we need the break of a low. Now, what we want to see for a good or strong supply zone is we want to see liquidity being taken, which is, this is a range. We see price go up, then go down. We see a liquidity sweep, then we see a break of structure right here. Now, one more important thing is we want to see imbalance in our leg coming out of that zone. And we also want to see, if possible, some liquidity right here for the price to come back in and take and then continue higher. So what the market would look like is something like this. We have our range being created, prices equal, then we have our liquidity sweep, we have our impulse, we create some liquidity for us to take again, having another break of structure, and then price will come back and do the same thing. We take this liquidity, we take this, and then price will continue up. Now this will be the demand zone because this is our original consolidation or area that the price broke out of before we continue to the upside. So this creates a small level of supply that price comes back into before breaking and creating another level of demand to continue to the upside. So now let's go to the actual chart and see this happen. So right now I have a random price chart pulled up. We have our Asian session liquidity. If you didn't know, the Asian session high and low is usually used as liquidity for the London or the New York session to continue in its projected direction. If we look at the overall market right now, it looks like it's going to the upside. So what I want to be looking for is buys, most likely in this area. So what we typically want to see first is a sweep of these lows, and then we want to see price create a demand zone again, and then we continue to the upside. So right now I see a high, low, higher high, and then a lower low. Now this creates a level of supply because we swept the Asian highs and then we broke a low. And as you can see, when the price gets back into this zone right here, we continue down. So if we play price forward, we now want to see the Asian lows be taken. Now the Asian lows have been taken by the New York session. And as we can see right here, we have our high, low, another high, and then another low, and then we start to break to the upside. So this created our level of demand because we're breaking this high right here, and now we should see a continuation in the New York session out of this demand level. Now if we go to the lower time frame, that might give us a better look at price. We can see that we get all of this liquidity as well as the Asian session liquidity to the left. Now once price takes that liquidity once and then it takes it again, we have the break of this high. Now once we break out of that high, we create a demand zone. Price comes right back into it and then it continues to the upside. So if we play price forward, let's see what happens in the next New York session. So now we can see in this session we have a sweep and then an impulse to the upside. So at the break of this high, we create a demand zone after sweeping liquidity. Now, since this was still the Asian session, this demand zone may not hold because, like I said before, the Asian session is typically used as liquidity for the London session or the New York session. Right now, if price has been going up and we're looking for buys, we want to see the New York session sweep liquidity and then break structure to the upside, creating a demand zone. The Asian session has been swept and now the London session has been swept. So now if we get a break of structure to the upside, then we create a demand zone. And as you can see, we did not get a break of structure to the upside after sweeping this liquidity, which means we're not going to continue up and we did not get the demand zone we were looking for. Instead, what happened is we had the sweep of this high and we had the continuation of the London supply. And then once the New York session opened up, we just had a continuation. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so I can help you become profitable. Don't forget I have a free Discord channel down in the description below. I love you guys and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.